Oh my gosh, did you hear? Did you hear the news? Roycycled Treasures released new holiday papers. I'm so excited, you guys. Our website now has 6 of them in stock. Yes, 6. Hit me quick before they're gone. They were not easy for me to get a hold of this year. And as soon as the restock comes in, we will pick up more. But welcome to my channel. My name is Sandra, and I'm the owner and creator here at Midwest Charm, where we specialize in upcycled, repurposed, vintage home decor gifts and DIY products. And in those DIY products, we carry 2 paint lines. We carried Roycycled Treasures, we carry Ironworker Designs, we carry Connie Line and Designs. And today's video, you guys, it's all about these new papers. I picked out 2 of them. I'm going to do a couple projects for you. And then you guys go hit the website, www.midwestcharm.co, and you can get your papers there or stop by the store Wednesday. Hang out with me.
For my first project, I'm using Christmas stamps, and I've already pre-cut out 3 pieces I want to use, and I've already painted these wooden tags in a white. I'm using Sweet Pickins top coat in matte for my decoupage medium. I'm giving it a good coat on the bottom. I'm placing my paper down because these are so small. There's no wrinkles in them. You literally are just laying them down, and I am putting a good coat over the top of these as well. And then I'm going to take my finger sander once these are completely dry, and I'm going to go around the edges in a downward motion, and you'll see these edges pop right off. I am saving these scraps because there's a little white strip on the top of each one of these that I'm going to use those little pieces in to cover it up, because the colors then will match perfectly and I don't have to blend my paint to get there. So I do save those. This is a quick and easy process with this little sander, and I do go over the edges one more time with that top coat to get all those fibers down. Next, I'm going to go along and paint the edges and the backs of these, because I do want them to look finished so that I can hang them on a basket, or I can hang them on a doorknob or on a hook somewhere. I'm going to do this on all 3. And this first one, I'm using Monet's Garden by DIY Paint. I am doing just 1 coat. It's raw wood, and it's on this one, and it's getting super duper good coverage. So I'm just going to put on 1 good coat of this Monet's Garden. And I'm wiping out chunks, you guys. I did not stir this before I started using it. I know. So I'm just getting some chunks that were along the edge there off of my paintbrush. I should have shaken it up, and I didn't. I did this because it matched perfectly with parts of the Santa. I'm really excited about it. And then on these next 2, I couldn't decide what to do, and I finally settled on using Sandy Blonde. So I grabbed my Sandy Blonde, and I did the edges and the backs of both of these ones. These had white paint already, so they already had a good coat on there. So this Sandy Blonde got really good coverage, and I only used 1 coat on these. And I did all of the edges, and then you'll see me go around the bottom here and just kind of blend in some of those fibers that were a little close to the edge. And I do the back and the sides. These will all get sealed as well. You'll see that here in another clip. But you could really use any color you want. I wanted to kind of go with the color of the background paper on these 2. I could have on that bird gone with like the blue tealy color, but I decided not to, because I wanted to keep it more neutral and really be able to use these for Christmas. I think I'm going to hang a couple on some of the bigger baskets we have, and I'm really excited about these. They turned out super cute. This one might have been raw wood too, now that I'm looking at it, and it really only needed the 1 coat. The DIY paint is so highly pigmented, and the coverage is phenomenal. It's so thick and beautiful to work with, and I got these done in no time. All right, I'm going to be sealing in all of that paint. because this is a clay-based paint. It does need and can be reactivated with water. You do want to seal it up. So I'm also going to be using dark wax. So I wanted to have a top coat on there to really protect my wax from not sinking in too much, especially on these backs. And I'm doing the lighter color first because I just know that if I had done that green first, it would have bled into my sealer, and I didn't want that to happen. And here I am with the dark wax. I'm going to do the edges and then go around a little bit on each of these tags on the front and then a little bit on each of the tags on the back. I just wanted it to have a bit of aged look to it, and I'm really, really happy with how these turned out. You don't have to do this step if you don't want. You could clear wax first and then dark wax. This was just how I opted to do it. I really, I'm offloading, you can see that a little bit just so that I'm not going in quite so heavy with it, because I don't want a lot of this. I just want enough to feather it in and just make those edges have that older look to it. And I do the same thing on Santa too. And then I'm going to show you really quick, just a brief glimpse of how these look before I completely finish them. And project number 2, I am using Dark Academia. I have a even larger like door hanging tag that I'm going to use on this. I'm going to paint it in White Swan. This is raw wood. I'm just going to do one coat. It looks in there pretty good. I want the colors to pop, and I think you'll have a really... You don't need 2 coats on it. That's, in my opinion, I didn't need to do 2 coats. So I just go in and put the 1 coat on. Did not seal it because I'm going to be using a sealer. And then we are going to, once this is dry, go in with that Sweet Pickins top coat. And I'm going to be doing a starter strip with this one. It's a little bit longer, and I really don't want to get wrinkles towards the bottom. So I'm putting on a generous coat, and I am misting my paper, yes, off camera. Sorry, guys. I switched how I was doing it once I realized. And trying to figure out where exactly I want these, because I did want a bird on top and that tree on the bottom. So I smoothed it all down, and then I just go in little sections, and I just alternate between my top coat, my misting bottle, and smoothing down, and I just keep doing that all the way down. I did accidentally tear this paper when I was getting this project ready, and I was able to fix that part too as I'm doing this. But doing that mist on this paper, honestly, helps so much with the wrinkles. It just smooths it all down and lays it so flat, and it just dries flatter. I love doing this method. It's beautiful. This one, I love how this one looked. I am so excited about this paper. We needed this Dark Academia for sure. It was a great addition. And I'm going to do the same process that I did with the other ones I did. So I'm going over the top with this now. So I'm going to wait for this to dry. I did go through, if you saw that, and poked a hole while it was wet there. Let this dry, and we're going to go in with the sander like usual and sand all these off, all the edges. I do keep these just because I think I can get those little mushrooms on a tag, and I did rip the paper at another point here because I just overworked it. And going in with that dark wax along the edges. And I did paint the sides and back of this one black. I went around the face up there with some dark wax just to add it. And you can see I was poking at it a little bit there. And I just go in and I take a piece of that trim and add it to it. And then I did go back and kind of paint over the top of that so that tree branch still goes up. I'm going to seal this in one more time just for good measure. Since I had poked that hole, I just wanted to seal it in. And yes, I know I'm putting sealer over wax, but it turns out just fine. And here are your final projects. Which one is your favorite?
What did you think of these new papers? Are they not amazing? I just used the 2, but I'm loving them. This is that Christmas stamps, and these are so good for so many small projects. But let me show you really quick, just a brief, what else we got. So you've seen the 2. We've got, this one is gorgeous, y'all. So we got that one. We have a new farm one that looks fabulous. It's like a masterboard. Here's another stamp. We have crockery finishes. Look at this. It's got 4 different pages, and I know it's hard to see when they're still folded. We have a flannel. That's like a Christmassy flannel. And then I did get a reorder of the Christmas neutral masterboards from last year. So make sure you guys check out the website. It's linked below, www.midwestcharm.co. I do have limited amounts of these, so make sure you grab them fast, and I'll get a new order in this week actually. And let me know below which of the 2 projects you like the best. Thanks.